This is a short video to show you a hybrid agile waterfall project. I'm going to open up my project here called PyDev copy. So this is actually a copy of a real project that we use on a day-by-day basis. The first thing to notice is that I've got the phases of my project, plan, backlog for my requirements, sprints for repetitive iteration of multiple sprints and your sprint results, and then closing out of the project. We don't use this close phase here because my product is perpetual, continuous, but most projects have budgets and timelines with specific end dates. So I threw this in just for the sake of this demo, but let's jump into the plan slice. Think of the plan or inception phase as a place to contain your best practices, your blueprint, framework, methodology on good ways to kick off a project. These should be known. It's not a lot of mystery here. Good setup for a waterfall approach. When you go into the backlog, sprint, and done sprint slices, then we're getting into more of the agile part of the project. The way I've set up my backlog is I used what we call process boxes to contain boxes of stories, tickets, requirements, whatever you want to call them. We call them tickets. And it could contain bug defects or stories for new features, requirements. And I've categorized them based on major parts of the project, reporting, billing features. And then we have the up next here. When you get into the sprint slice, you notice that we've set up a board for ongoing use by the development team, so they can grab a ticket, drag it into in progress, work on it, bring it into pull request. One of the peer coders would do review on another colleague's set of code. It goes into QA. QA person does the test. If it fails, it goes back into in progress, and we give it a blue rejected color. So just so you know, the orange is defect. And then it goes into production ready. Once it's here, then it's ready to go into deployment. And we actually push these out to our customers on a daily basis. And then at the end of the week, we've got a list of all of the different tickets that were done for that week. We know we want to close out the sprint. So we have this feature where you can mark the sprint as finished, and it'll automatically remove all these done stories and defects, bump them into a new box under the done sprints slice. You can see here we have a lot of history. So when I click on these, you can see these are all the done tickets. And over time, they start to pile up depending on how long your engagement is. But you can see we've got quite a bit here. And then at the end of the project, you can close it out. So in summary, you've got sort of a sandwich view where the first part and the last part of the project are waterfall driven with specific best practices, process steps, using dependencies on their predecessors. And then you've got more of a fluid, dynamic, managing your sprints and your scrums with this agile process where you can deal with change very quickly inside the middle of the engagement here. So there you have a hybrid example, and I hope this was helpful. Thanks.